Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we are exploring one of the most misunderstood and most talked about coins in American history, the Washington quarter from 1965. You may have seen headlines or viral posts claiming that a 1965 quarter is worth as much as $1.9 million. But what's the real story? What makes certain 1965 quarters valuable? And how do you tell the difference between a common piece of pocket change and a rare collectible? Let's uncover the truth, the history, and the real value behind the legendary 1965 Washington quarter. Section 1. Why the 1965 quarter became famous. The 1965 Washington quarter holds a special place in American numismatic history because it marks the year the United States Mint changed the composition of the quarter forever. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. But due to rising silver prices and widespread coin hoarding, the government was forced to remove silver from circulating coins. Starting in 1965, the quarter was struck from a copper-nickel-clad material instead of silver. This transition year sparked confusion, mistakes, and a few extremely rare minting oddities that collectors still search for today. Section 2. The myth of the $1.9 million quarter. Now, let's address the viral claim directly. Is there a 1965 quarter worth $1.9 million? The answer is no. There is no verified sale of any 1965 Washington quarter for that amount. The claim spreads because people mix up facts about rare mint errors with exaggerated headlines. What is true, however, is that certain error coins from 1965 can be worth thousands, and one specific type of mint error has reached well over $30,000 in auctions. This sparks rumors that quickly grow into myths of million-dollar coins. Section 3. The silver 1965 quarter error. The most valuable 1965 quarter is the extremely rare 1965 silver planchet error. Because 1964 quarters were silver and 1965 quarters were copper-nickel, a few leftover silver planchets accidentally made their way into the presses during the transition. This mistake created a tiny number of 1,965 quarters struck on silver rather than clad metal. These coins are incredibly valuable, and collectors pay tens of thousands of dollars for authenticated examples. That silver error is the root of the rumor that a 1965 quarter could be worth nearly $2 million. Section 4. Other valuable 1965 mint errors. The 1965 quarter also has several other error types that can be valuable. Off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, wrong metal errors, and dramatic die breaks all add interest and value. Some of these errors can sell from a few $100s to several thousand, depending on their severity and rarity. While none reach the million-dollar range, they are still highly desirable in the collector market. Section 5. How to tell if you have the rare 1965 silver quarter. If you want to check your 1965 quarter for value, the first test is weight. A normal clad 1965 quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A silver planchet quarter weighs 6.25 grams. That difference is small, but measurable with a digital scale. Another clue is sound. A silver quarter has a higher, clearer ring compared to the duller sound of a clad coin. Also look at the coin's edge. A clad quarter shows a copper-colored stripe on the edge, while a silver quarter has a clean, solid silver appearance. If your coin looks or weighs differently from the standard, you may have something worth examining further. Section 6. The real value of the 1965 quarter. Most 1965 quarters are worth 25 cents. Hundreds of millions were struck, and most ended up in everyday circulation. However, high-grade uncirculated examples can bring anywhere from $10 to several $100s, depending on their quality. Dramatic mint errors can sell for thousands, and the rare silver planchet error can reach tens of thousands in verified auctions. That is impressive value, even if it does not match the exaggerated figure of $1.9 million. Section 7. Why the 1965 quarter still matters, even though the million-dollar claim is a myth. The 1965 Washington quarter remains one of the most fascinating modern American coins. It represents a turning point in U.S. coinage history, a shift from silver to clad metal that changed the economy of coin collecting forever. It also produced one of the most famous modern mint errors in circulation today. For these reasons, collectors continue to inspect every 1965 quarter they find, hoping to uncover a hidden treasure. A conclusion: the 1965 Washington quarter may not be worth $1.9 million, but its story is richer than any rumor. With its unique history, its rare errors, and its place in the evolution of American coinage, it remains a favorite among collectors. And who knows, the next rare silver error could be sitting in someone's change jar right now. Always check your coins, stay curious, and keep exploring the hidden stories behind the money we use every day. Outro. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, valuable errors, and the truth behind viral money claims, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below and tell me what rare coins you have discovered. I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about coins in American history, the Washington quarter from 1967. You may have seen viral stories claiming that this coin could be worth as much as $1.8 million. That kind of headline gets everyone excited. But what is the real story? What makes certain 1967 quarters valuable? And how do you separate fact from fiction? Get ready for the complete breakdown of the history, the true value, and the surprising secrets behind the 1967 Washington quarter. Section 1. The truth behind the $1.8 million claim. Let's start with the big question. Is there a 1967 quarter worth $1.8 million? The answer is no. There has never been a verified sale anywhere near that number. So where do these claims come from? Usually from exaggerated posts, misunderstandings, or confusion between modern coins and extremely rare early American coins that do sell for millions. Still, the rumor persists because the 1967 quarter does have some rare errors and high-grade examples that can be worth real money. So let's look at the facts. Section 2. The history of the 1967 Washington quarter. The year 1967 is a unique moment in United States coinage. Just 2 years earlier, silver had been removed from the quarter, ending decades of 90% silver circulation coins. Because of the severe coin shortage happening at the time, the U.S. Mint stopped producing proof sets and uncirculated sets in 1965, 1966, and 1967. Instead, they produced something called special mint sets. This means many coins from 1967 were struck with better than normal quality, but not quite proof-level quality. The lack of traditional mint marks from 1965 through 1967 also makes the coins of this era different from most others. All 1967 quarters have no mint mark, regardless of which mint produced them. Section 3. Why most 1967 quarters are common. The United States Mint struck more than 1.5 billion 1967 quarters. With such massive production, almost all circulated examples are very common. Most 1967 quarters found in pocket change today are worth face value. But like with all high mintage coins, the rare exceptions are where the value is hiding. Section 4. What makes a 1967 quarter valuable? There are two main reasons a 1967 quarter can be worth real money: rare error varieties and extremely high grades. First, let's talk about condition. Professional grading companies evaluate coins on a scale from 1 to 70. A 1967 quarter in circulation might fall in grades between 10 and 50, but a coin preserved in stunning, flawless mint state condition, especially MS-67 or MS-68, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A handful of 1967 quarters have achieved extremely high grades and sold for impressive prices because such perfection is rare for a year with heavy circulation and no special handling. Next, we have mint errors, and this is where things get interesting. The 1967 quarter has several rare and valuable error types that collectors search for, including double strikes, broad strikes, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, and missing clad layers. Wrong planchet errors, especially those struck on silver planchets or nickel planchets, can sell for thousands of dollars. These dramatic and visually striking mistakes are the source of much of the excitement around the 1967 quarter. Section 5. The rare silver appearance myth. Some people believe 1967 quarters exist in 90% silver, just like the old pre-1965 coins. Officially, this is not true. The 1967 quarter was only made in copper-nickel clad composition. However, if a leftover silver planchet from earlier years accidentally made its way into the press, it would create an incredibly rare and valuable error coin. Although no confirmed examples have been authenticated to date, even the slightest possibility fuels big stories and dramatic price claims. Section 6. The real value of the 1967 quarter. So what is a realistic value? Most circulated 1967 quarters are worth 25 cents. Uncirculated examples can be worth several dollars to several $100s depending on the grade. Superb mint state coins at the highest levels can sell for over $1,000. Rare mint errors can reach into the thousands as well. But absolutely no legitimate sale has ever reached $1.8 million. That viral number is a myth, but the potential for valuable finds is still very real. Section 7. How to check your 1967 quarter. If you have a 1967 quarter at home, here's what to look for. First, inspect the condition. A coin with scratches, wear, or dullness is common. A coin with brilliant luster, crisp details, and nowhere could be worth grading. Next, check for errors. Look for misaligned strikes, doubled lettering, off-center designs, unusual metal coloration, or missing clad layers. If anything looks unusual, consider having the coin evaluated by a professional grading service. Section 8. Why the 1967 quarter still captivates collectors. The 1967 quarter is more than just a piece of everyday change. It represents a turning point in American coinage, a technical shift in minting, and one of the most interesting error-producing eras in modern numismatic history. Even without the million-dollar myth, the coin remains a favorite among collectors because the potential for rare and valuable finds is very real. Conclusion. The Washington quarter from 1967 may not be worth $1.8 million, but its story is rich, fascinating, and full of surprises. Whether you have a handful of them or come across one in pocket change, you should always take a closer look. You never know when a rare mint error or high-grade gem could appear. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden errors, and the truth behind viral money claims, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Share your favorite coin discoveries in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today we are talking about one of the most talked about modern coins in the United States, the Washington quarter from 1995 with the Denver Mint mark. You may have seen trending posts and viral videos claiming that a single 1995 D quarter sold for as much as $1.3 million. Is there any truth to that? What's the real history of this coin? And what are the versions that can actually bring serious money? Get ready for the full deep dive into facts, myths, and real collector value. Section 1. The viral claim of a $1.3 million quarter. Every year, modern coins become the subject of viral internet stories. One of the most recent ones is the idea that a regular Denver minted 1995 quarter is worth up to $1.3 million. This sounds exciting, but the truth is more complex. There is no verified auction record, no major grading company report, and no numismatic documentation showing a 1995 D quarter selling for that amount. But the reason these stories spread is because some rare modern coins with extreme mint errors or extremely high grades can command surprisingly high prices, even if not in the million-dollar range. So let's take a closer look at the history of this popular coin. Section 2. The history of the 1995 D Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a part of American money since 1932. By 1995, the design was well established, and the Denver Mint produced a massive quantity of coins. In that year alone, Denver struck more than 1 billion quarters. That means most 1995 D quarters found in circulation today are extremely common. They served primarily as everyday pocket change, long before the state quarters program came along in 1999 and changed collecting forever. But even among billions of coins, certain pieces stand out. Historical production quirks, minting inconsistencies, and the survival of near-perfect specimens all create opportunities for collectors. That's where the real value is hiding. Section 3. How a 1995 D quarter becomes valuable. A normal 1995 D quarter that has been in circulation is worth 25 cents. But a small number of coins can be worth far more, depending on two main factors: condition and errors. Let's start with condition. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC use a scale from 1 to 70 to rate a coin's quality. A coin graded mint state, especially MS-67 or MS-68, is exceptionally sharp, clean, and preserved the way it left the mint. These high-grade examples are rare because most coins quickly enter circulation and pick up scratches, wear, and damage. A 1995 D quarter in MS-67 might bring $100 or more. In MS-68, some examples have sold for thousands. Every step up the scale becomes significantly rarer. Next are error coins. Mint errors are mistakes that occurred during the striking process. They can transform an ordinary coin into a collectible treasure. Error types include off-center strikes, double strikes, missing cladding, broad strikes, or even wrong planchet errors where a quarter is struck on a coin blank mint for another denomination. Dramatic or extreme errors can be worth anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. These are the coins most likely to create buzz when they appear on the market. Section 4. So where did the $1.3 million story come from? The idea of a $1.3 million 1995 D quarter most likely came from exaggerations, misunderstandings, or clickbait headlines. People often mix up modern coins with rare early American coins from the 1700s, which can truly sell for millions. When those stories collide with modern quarters, the myth grows. Another reason the claim spreads is because some high-grade modern coins break auction records for their category, and the numbers get distorted as the story travels. While the 1995 D quarter has never reached anything close to $1.3 million, the hype encourages people to look at their coins more closely, and that's actually a good thing for collectors. Section 5. How to check your own 1995 D quarter for value. If you want to know whether your coin has value, here's what to examine. First, look at the condition. Any wear, fading, or scratches mean the coin is circulated and not likely to be highly valuable. Next, check for mint errors. Is the design off-center? Is the lettering doubled? Is the rim incomplete or swollen? Does anything look unusual about the metal? The best way to confirm a valuable find is to submit the coin for authentication and grading. A verified high-grade or dramatic error coin can sell for real money. Section 6. The real value of the 1995 D quarter. So, what is the real range? Most coins are worth face value. High-grade specimens can bring hundreds or even thousands. Rare error coins can climb higher. But no authentic sale has ever approached $1.3 million. Still, the 1995 D remains a coin worth checking because modern mint errors continue to surprise collectors and create new discoveries. The conclusion: the Washington quarter from 1995 struck in Denver is not a million-dollar coin, but it is still a fascinating part of American coinage. Its history, its role in circulation, and the excitement of rare error varieties make it a favorite for collectors. Whether you find one in change or inherit a handful from family, take a close look. You might not have a $1.3 million treasure, but you could still have a valuable piece of numismatic history. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the real stories behind viral money myths, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below and tell me what interesting coins you found in your own pocket change. See you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about modern American coins, the Washington quarter from 1996 struck at the Denver Mint. You may have seen videos, posts, or viral claims saying that a 1996 D quarter is worth as much as $1.4 million. That number captures attention instantly. But what is the real history behind this coin? What makes certain examples valuable? And is there any truth to the million-dollar story? Let's break it all down clearly and completely. Section 1. The viral $1.4 million claim. Every year, certain modern coins go viral on social media with claims that they sold for incredible amounts of money. One of the most popular recently is the idea that a simple 1996 D quarter is worth $1.4 million. This story spreads quickly because people love the idea that a coin sitting in their pocket could secretly be worth a fortune. But despite how exciting the claim sounds, there is no official auction record, no verified sale, and no numismatic documentation proving that any 1996 D quarter ever reached that price. However, like many viral coin stories, the claim has a kernel of truth. Some modern coins with rare errors or flawless condition can sell for large sums. So let's look at the real details. Section 2. The history of the 1996 D. Washington Quarter. The 1996 D quarter is part of the classic Washington Quarter series, which had been in circulation since 1932. The Denver Mint produced an extremely high number of coins in 1996, more than 900 million. With such a huge mintage, most 1996 D quarters are extremely common and were made for everyday circulation. They were used in vending machines, spent at grocery stores, and passed from hand to hand without anyone thinking twice. But within such a huge production run, certain coins stand out due to minting anomalies, unusually high preservation, or dramatic striking errors. And those exceptional examples can indeed be worth far more than face value. Section 3. What makes a 1996 D quarter valuable? There are two main reasons a 1996 D quarter can have real value: high-grade condition and rare mint errors. First, let's talk about condition. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC use a scale from 1 to 70. Coins graded mint state, especially MS67 and MS68, are extremely rare because they must be nearly flawless. Most coins pick up tiny marks the moment they leave the mint or during transportation. A 1996 D quarter graded MS67 can sell for over $100. In MS68, prices can climb into the thousands because only a tiny handful survive with such exceptional quality. Next, we have mint errors. When the minting process goes wrong, it can create coins that collectors pay a premium for. Error types that can dramatically raise value include off-center strikes, double strikes, broad strikes, missing clad layers, and wrong planchet errors. A striking error that is bold, dramatic, or visually stunning can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These are the coins that make collectors stop and look twice. Section 4. The truth behind the $1.4 million story. So where did the idea of a $1.4 million 1996 D quarter come from? It likely grew from exaggerated headlines, online misunderstandings, or confusion with genuinely rare United States coins from the 1700s and early 1800s that really do sell for millions of dollars. When those stories mix with modern quarters, the claims become inflated and spread rapidly. While a 1996 D quarter has never reached anything close to $1.4 million, high-grade and rare error versions can still be worth significant money. Section 5. How to check your 1996 D quarter. If you have a 1996 D quarter and want to know if it might be valuable, start by examining the condition. Look closely at the coin's surfaces. Does it have scratches, wear, or dulling? If so, it is likely circulated and worth face value. Next, inspect the design. Is anything off-center? Are the letters doubled? Does the rim look strange or unfinished? Are there unusual marks or metal layers missing? Any dramatic or unusual appearance could indicate a mint error. If you believe your coin has an error or could be a high-grade specimen, consider sending it to a professional grading service for evaluation. Section 6. Realistic value of the 1996 D quarter. Most 1996 D quarters are worth 25 cents. A small percentage in pristine, uncirculated grades are worth more, sometimes reaching into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Rare mint errors can increase the value even further. But no verified sale has ever come close to the viral figure of $1.4 million. Still, the 1996 D quarter remains an interesting modern coin, and it is always worth checking because you never know when a rare error might show up in everyday change. Conclusion. The Washington Quarter from 1996 struck in Denver is not a million-dollar coin, but it is still a fascinating piece of American currency that collectors continue to search for. Whether you have a handful of them or just one found in your pocket, take a closer look. You might not have a $1.4 million treasure, but you could still have a valuable coin with real collectible value. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy videos about hidden treasures, rare coins, and the truth behind viral money claims, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Comment below and tell me what interesting coins you have discovered in your own change. See you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a close look at one of the most talked about modern coins in the United States, the Washington Quarter from 1993, minted in Philadelphia. You may have seen online claims saying that a 1993 P quarter could be worth as much as $1.2 million. That number immediately catches attention But what is the truth? What makes some 1993 P quarters valuable? And how do you separate fact from viral myth? Let's explore the full history, the real value, and the rare exceptions that make this coin interesting to collectors. Section 1. The viral $1.2 million story. The story of a 1993 P quarter worth $1.2 million has been circulating on social media for years. While this makes for an exciting headline, no verified auction records or numismatic documentation exist to support such a sale. Like many viral coin stories, it is based on exaggerations and misunderstandings. However, it does have a foundation in fact. Some modern coins, especially quarters with unusual mint errors or exceptional grades, can be worth significant money, and that is the reason collectors remain interested in the 1993 P quarter. Section 2. The history of the 1993 P. Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1993, the design was firmly established, featuring Washington's portrait on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of 1993 quarters, making it a very common coin for circulation. Most 1993 P quarters were used as everyday pocket change, long before the state quarters program began in 1999, which revolutionized coin collecting. Despite the large mintage, there are interesting factors that make this coin worth studying. Like all modern coins, there were variations in striking, condition, and errors that can create collectible value. Section 3. Why most 1993 P quarters are common. The vast majority of 1993 P quarters are worth face value. Millions were minted, and almost all entered circulation. They were used in vending machines, grocery stores, and banks. That means a random 1993 P quarter found today is usually worth 25 cents. However, there are exceptions. Collectors focus on coins that were preserved in exceptional condition or have unusual minting characteristics. Section 4. What makes a 1993 P quarter valuable? There are two main reasons a 1993 P quarter could have real value: uncirculated condition and mint errors. Condition is the first factor. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional services such as PCGS and NGC. Circulated coins will have scratches, wear, and discoloration, which keeps them near face value. But a coin in mint state condition, especially graded MS67 or MS68, is extremely rare for a modern quarter. These top-grade coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Quality matters more than age for modern coins. The second factor is mint errors. Mistakes during the minting process can transform an ordinary coin into a collectible gem. Rare errors for the 1993 P quarter include double strikes, off-center strikes, broad strikes, missing clad layers, and die cracks. Dramatic and visually obvious errors can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and collector demand. Section 5. The reality behind the $1.2 million claim. So, why do people claim a 1993 P quarter is worth $1.2 million? The answer is mostly hype. Some extremely rare modern coins with dramatic errors have sold for high prices, and over time, these numbers get exaggerated in social media posts and videos. While no 1993 P quarter has ever reached $1 million price, top-grade coins and error coins can still bring significant sums, making them interesting for collectors. Section 6. How to check your own 1993 P quarter. If you have a 1993 P quarter, here's how to assess its potential value. First, examine the condition. Look for scratches, wear, or discoloration. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are more likely to be valuable. Next, check for errors. Look carefully at the lettering, design, and edges. Is the coin off-center? Is there doubling? Does the metal appear unusual? Any irregularities may indicate a mint error worth having professionally evaluated. Always use a certified grading service to confirm authenticity and value. Section 7. Realistic value of the 1993 P quarter. Most 1993 P quarters are worth 25 cents. High-grade, uncirculated coins can sell for hundreds or occasionally thousands of dollars. Dramatic mint errors may reach higher values depending on rarity and collector interest. While the viral $1.2 million claim is false, there is still a real market for 1993 P quarters in exceptional condition or with rare errors. Section 8. Why the 1993 P quarter remains popular. The 1993 P quarter may not be $1 million coin, but it is still an important piece of modern American coinage. Its production, potential for errors, and collectible quality make it fascinating for both new and experienced collectors. Coins from this era are easy to find, yet the rare examples can surprise collectors with unexpected value. Conclusion: the Washington quarter from 1993 minted in Philadelphia is not worth $1.2 million, but it has a rich story and collectible appeal. Whether you find one in your pocket change or inherit a stack from family, it is worth a closer look. High-grade coins and rare mint errors continue to excite collectors and make this modern quarter an interesting piece of numismatic history. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, mint errors, and the truth behind viral money claims, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Share in the comments if you have ever found a rare coin or unexpected treasure in your change. See you in the next video. If you want, I can also write a 5-minute YouTube-ready narration version of this script that flows naturally for speaking, so it doesn't sound like text and keeps the audience engaged. Oh, you want me to do that next?